Intel technology powers the best of esports, and the best demand a superior level of performance. So we're introducing the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processors, designed for the world's best gamers. In celebration with our community, we're hosting the 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor Dream Stakes. We want to bring you inside our world of esports for once-in-a-lifetime experience that only Intel can provide. Enter for a chance to win a trip to one of 9 world-class events across 3 sweepstakes. We're taking the winner and a guest behind the scenes for a one-of-a-kind VIP treatment. Winners will also get the latest 9th Gen Intel Core i9 processor and walk away with exclusive swag. Enter for your chance to win starting November 5th, 2018. Visit corei9.intel.com to sign up for more information.
Remember where it started. Your first experiences. Remember where you came from. The journey you traveled. The journey you love. Remember where it started. And imagine where it will go. Rise on.
See? Red Bull gives you wings.
Because it's forever. Because it's juicy. Because it's fresh. Because it's 2 patties of 100% premium beef, legendary special sauce, crisp lettuce in a toasted sesame seed bun. It's the Big Mac.
Bitburger 0.0. Select your favorite. Containing vitamins, isotonic, and with unbeatable freshness. Bitburger 0.0, always a bit more refreshed.
ESL One Hamburg is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, DHL, Alienware, Logitech G, and PaySafeCard.
All right, we are back here at the Red Bull Best Seats in the House area. Okay, I don't know what that means, man. Okay, but I got some winners here who got upgraded. Of course, can I get your name?
Karen.
Karen. Okay, and how did you get upgraded over here? What happened?
We play 1 versus 1, and the player who has the most wins win these seats.
And then you won, and then you're here.
So actually me not, but our friend won this.
Very, very nice. Okay, really quick, we're heading to game 2, paiN Gaming versus Secret. Who do you want?
Secret, 100%.
Secret, 100%. Okay. We got the sub for Secret right here, just chilling, waiting. All right, who do you think's gonna take game 2?
Secret.
Secret as well. Okay, so paiN is in a corner. They need to win this really quick. But okay, before we move on to the panel, I think just to add a little bit more support for paiN, because we want this on the game 3. I think Misery's dad is here. Misery's dad, he's up there. Is he here? Like, Misery's dad, can you stand up if you're here? Just so that we get him? You're not Misery's dad. You're not Misery's dad. You don't look anything like him. But anyway, Misery's dad's here. You can see him. He's definitely very supportive. And good luck to paiN for, of course, game 2. We want a game 3, and we want this to be really, really exciting. So good luck to paiN. Best of luck to Secret. Give it up for these 2 teams as we throw it back to panel.
Thanks very much, Yari. Yes, game number 2 just around the corner. But before we get to game number 2, you'll remember what I said before the break. We showed you the DHL Moments video again, just how, Dota deliveries happen. You'll probably remember at the end of that video, the FE bot. Well, let's check in with part 2 to find out what happens.
Bye, Effie! Bye!
Where do you think you're going?
Looking good. Ah, nice. Yes, again.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I think just do it, Gabe. Just put it in the bloody game now. FEBot on his way through. Obviously, apologies for some sound issues. Don't worry about it. We'll show it again before the end of the show anyway. Let's get into game number 2 as we move towards the draft for this second game. Lots and lots of questions before the break for paiN Gaming. Gents, do you think they've addressed them coming into game 2? What are they going to be talking about backstage?
I think step 1 is, do we ban Nishi's Morphling? That's probably the first thing that comes to my mind. Even though, of course, like the rest of Secret's draft was absolutely phenomenal, this guy is just a masterclass on that hero. And also, do they really want to open up with the Crystal Maiden again?
That was wild, wasn't it, Kyle? You did point out that they probably would come out with something, or Secret would come out with something like that. In the end, it turned out to be, but that didn't work.
No. I mean, I didn't think Enigma was going to make it through the first phase. It was banned last game, but Secret's just like, yeah,
This is one of the best heroes in Dota, and they also have 2 players that are excellent at it. And I feel like it's the perfect 3-4 floater to complement the way Secret likes to play Dota right now.
True, but as you pointed out the other day, though, I just want to say about the Enigma, though, like you were mentioning, opening up with it is always very scary, right? So they're taking a very first pick overall. Like, this is something you were hating all the time, right?
That's true, but you know what? Puppy is 6'6". He's a lot bigger than I am. And I think that his decision to first pick Enigma
as good a
is
reason
excellent.
as any. So do they take the Weaver then? That's the biggest question. Because they shouldn't have missed out on it last time. Secret took it last time.
Oh, there you go. I think that's like the ideal counter right there. If you need the R button cancel for the Enigma no matter what he does, and then a Weaver, which is proven by both these teams, I think, to be by far like their best core.
Yeah, and also like in the laning phase, I've actually seen a couple times now this Weaver versus Enigma. It's like, sure, Enigma, you can kill the bug off yourself with your Eidolons, right? But I've seen you give this Weaver a little bit of a head start in that laning phase, and you can actually leave him a bit, and he can start to pressure and bully this Enigma if he does have a decent start. Those right clicks actually do build up, because these Enigmas, they start with what, Quad Mango, they have no stat items, they try to rush that Dominator build. He's able to just constantly Shikuchi on them and pressure them.
Plus Shikuchi the Eidolons too. Yeah. It's like once the levels start stacking up there, if you can play those Eidolons, his threat's just gone.
It's also a lot harder to read the play from the Weaver. He disappears into the trees real quick. All of a sudden, he might just be on top of you. You've already taken 250 damage. Does he have an ally there? Like, you pretty much have to run. And it benefits teams that like to play fast because it limits the amount of information you have as the enemy to try and respond, react.
They get their Ogre, though. That's one of the things that can always change a lot of those matchups, change a lot of the lanes. They can just park that and take the Brute of the Forest as we saw in that last game.
Now we'll see if we get any more of these tip-off bans, right? Like that Bloodseeker kind of tipping off maybe the thing about the Alchemist. If the Brewmaster gets left in the pool, we could be considering something like that. Tinker again here. But already the Eidolons are going to be ready for Secret.
Just a PSA for the boys with those hand warmers. I saw one explode last weekend and it made a bloody mess, so don't whack them on your hands or put them in your mouth.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Brought to you by Paul.
Have you seen, Puppy has this weird habit where he rubs them on his nose and on his face, and I worry for him.
He's focused.
I just worry.
Maybe he thinks they're the sniffing salt, for like pro sports. He's trying to get some real focus going.
Good luck. Again, just like we mentioned the last time, Bloodseeker gets banned out. Secret doesn't want to joke around. They don't have the overall last pick. paiN does this time, so they right away remove that Alchemist just in case. They don't want to be messing with it, and it's also a true classic that we've seen time and time again. Alchemist with the Weaver, you get to a point where Weaver gets given an Ags, and if you make it to that point, of course, and it becomes such a nuisance.
Yeah, I really like this too.
A couple of times made it to that point. So
they identify probably paiN's other best strat, even though it hasn't been like played that much lately from this Visage. I think it's just so key for them where they can just turn a game completely on its head. It's that classic like, oh, this game just ended in 4 minutes. Even though it looked like it's kind of even in the draft and stuff, it can be decided like that, like our last match was. So try and worry about those 10th pick heroes just right away.
What's game winning for them, Kyle?
I think they're 10th pick. That's what they actually chose second pick. This was paiN's selection. They chose second pick, which is not something I see many teams do. I still feel like first pick is favored.
I mean, they really do want that. I mean, the last pick, right? They did the way that they beat Aster earlier is they actually had last pick in all of, I think, all of their games, right? Yeah, in all 3 of the games they played versus them earlier. So it does seem pretty crucial, at least between these two.
I think you just go back to the classics for Weehaw. The Invoker definitely being there. Could go back towards that Tinker too, theoretically. Just try and set yourself up for a couple different options.
There's still a Chen in the pool as well. I know they lost with the previous game
too.
I've only seen Misery really play the Silencer though, as well as that Chen for the team.
Yep.
But for Secret,
Spirit Bang seems a little weird, doesn't it?
It's a great hero versus Weaver. Like, Weaver just hates playing versus double types of lockdown. We saw Secret in the matchup when they were playing versus EG last night, right? He was just excellent at setting up those boulder smashes.
I like the axe pick.
Yeah.
I think Secret could potentially have taken that as well. You want to deny it.
It's so much pressure.
Yeah, it's like one of the hard counters to Weaver too.
So now, we talked a lot about Nisha at the beginning of the last draft, and this idea of him being on these harder carries all the time. So already you have a potential Weaver and Axe lane coming into that hard carry lane, trying to harass. Last time they kind of dodged that because Morphling just went mid and actually got a solo. By the time we got to the green room, there's a solo kill, and you're just like, oh, well that's not good. I think Morphling's gonna have a good time.
I could say Secret going. It's tough because, the Phoenix, the Brew, those heroes are real tough to pick against the hard lockdown from paiN, but that's just been what Secret's favored throughout this tournament. These brawling, high team fight supports. You can go a lot of different directions with this pick.
Only real concerns left in the pool. What about our giant like tempo heroes? I mean, there's still Drow, theoretically, too, for either team, I suppose. Could do like the Ogre with the Drow and the Eidolons, and you also have paiN. Could be moving that Weaver.
TB's still there.
Yeah, I'm thinking if they might be looking at TB or PL, even though I know the Axe can be a bit of a bully sometimes. Ogre is the thing that I know you should change those lane matchups just to be a little bit more advantageous. And Weaver, like, you don't want to play too much versus all those like, illusion heroes. Even though we haven't seen too much PL, really.
I think it's hard to just play the lane as the Terrorblade, though. Even with an Ogre, I feel like that's so difficult.
Yeah, it can be.
We talk about it all the time, though. Whenever you're playing against Silencer, the Manta BKB heroes are quite nice. And I would agree, like, Weaver has a really hard time with illusion and minion heroes like Brood, PL, etc. Secret did this twice up against VP. They lost the second game, won the first. It's a really nice pick up against a hero like Axe that's reliant upon a Blink Dagger for initiation. I feel like whenever you see that one hero that needs a Blink, it's a good Veno game, but usually you want to save it for 2. If they have like an Ursa on top of this, then it becomes like this insane pick, but still solid.
Do you think that, I mean, we haven't seen it from Secret, but we've been seeing a lot of teams run like some aggro lanes and pressure, and then switch their lanes and switch to like where the Enigma's positioned. I'm not sure if that could be an option here for Secret, but
I already will say I love paiN's lineup at the moment, and I just think the team that's able to play aggressive will win the games. And I feel like this is just playing right into paiN's breadbasket. Like, they love where they're at in the draft right now. Secret's gonna have some incredible team fight damage output, but paiN, you just gotta look up, maybe put the Axe on core so it can buy a pipe, but otherwise just ensure you have someone that can itemize, because as soon as you have a pipe, the Veno DPS is nearly cut in half.
That Pango's still in the pool.
Not too bad for a couple reasons in this one, but Secret, tough to call. I assume this is going to be like the Puppy, Zai, Yapzor trio, it looks like, for Secret. Like kind of this Veno and Enigma trading off, but there's also the possibility. I think last time that's what they did do. And then they had the Zeus and the PL in the previous combination. But we assume it's Yapzor on the Enigma too?
I do think so, yeah. I think this is Zai or Anisha Venomancer right now.
Yeah, that's the thing. It could be like a mid-1 game-winning hero still left in the pool, or it could, like, they can double back for that Nisha one where he's kind of the true anchor for the team. But tons of time there for paiN. We saw them mulling a couple different heroes there.
I like that pick.
Gives them more ways to deal if the black hole does come out eventually, because there's going to be the global, which is usually going to be there versus that Enigma, but that can be very nice. And
So that should be probably Tavo on our Necrophos, and then HVen back on his
I
Weaver.
think after watching Archangel play Weaver those 2 games earlier, you can't not give him.
Yeah, he was phenomenal in that Weaver.
Necro's nice just because, I mean, it's a Necrophos, right? We've seen that hero first picked overall. It's solid, it's open, it lets you last pick potentially any core role in your 10th last final selection. And it's good in this game because Enigma Veno are static damage outputs, and if Necro doesn't get 100 to 0, you really just fear burst. So it's already a nice game.
Extremely weak this one, and they will get the PL.
I think the only way you can pick the PL into an Axe is when you do have this Ogre. So I think that was the thing that I was thinking about. It's just a good matchup versus this Weaver. I mean, global can be a bit annoying until you get your Manta online, but once you've got that, you're pretty solid. They have Space Makers already.
And it's so annoying to play against Secret's lineup now. You're gonna have Veno wards, you're gonna have Ogre running at you, Eidolons, an HOD creep, PL illusions. You're gonna get to a point with Secret's lineup where if the game stays even, they're just gonna have too much stuff. It's gonna be impossible to take a fight. You're playing Axe, you can't actually blink in because they're gonna have a massive vision advantage and they'll just poke you to death.
And also, I look at paiN's lineup and they only have an Axe call right now, actually, for this PL. But yes, besides that, their lockdown is negligible.
Yeah.
I banned out the Invoker.
And their AoE wave, like their AoE illusion clear, like if it gets to a point where this PL actually has items, if he does have like Manta Diffusal, right now I'm seeing a big problem for paiN actually trying to find him and kill that real PL.
I think you might actually need to ban Timbersaw off your Secret. I'm pretty afraid that you have no mechanism of actually killing him in this game. And you kind of just said, it's weird, but whenever you play against something, it puts it in your mind, hey, maybe we could pick this. And I know Wee plays a great Timber.
Yeah, he does, for sure.
So Secret, when they ran these cores before, what, they had the PL, the Veno, and the Zeus as the final one, but do they want the Zeus? It is great.
That was a 10th pick Zeus, first off, so that's one thing. But the only thing is they have the Venomancer, so theoretically, if the matchup's worse, they might even just throw the Veno in the mid lane too. So if they're really confident in that combination, they can still opt for it.
Because it'll give you like some vision for the Weaver in some of the fights, and versus Necrophos, you're gonna have the damage.
SAP likes it. It throws it up there.
Oh, okay.
The Monkey King. So some more AoE team fight too.
Something they've paired with the Veno on a regular basis as well.
Yep. It makes sense too. Look at the vision advantage Secret's going to have. It just feels like unless they're caught napping, they're going to be able to ensure that they always take favorable fights. And their lane shove is great. They've got enough team fight. All of their cores are capable of buying Manta or BKB. This 10th pick for paiN's got to do a lot.
They have enough catch probably for something like that Tinker that they played before, or at least they have a good shot at it with like the Monkey King and even the Enigma. Very annoying to play against a Venomancer, so I like how that's kind of covered by this Monkey King pick.
They need they just need something to do with these illusions. I feel like
Ember?
Yeah, maybe Ember could work.
They'll go back for the Mirana. So that is good against the Venomancer too. It's kind of one of these classic counter picks where you can use it to just like poke at the wards from outside their attack range. That's if you're in the lane against it though, which it's like possible here, but obviously that's probably going to be Weehaw based obviously on the other heroes in the pool. Should be for him, so.
Is it me or does that not instill a huge amount of confidence?
It's just not an anchor hero. And Mirana's never a hero that you look at and it's like, okay, this is it, like boom. It's not like a Tinker, or it's not like an Ember.
Oh wow, that's totally good. You kind of go, oh.
But that generally just means that like it's more about a team effort. It's more about a certain timing. Like it's about how they're going to be playing the game. It's not about this one hero to do it himself.
What's the critical moment in this? What's going to decide the game?
I mean, if they can actually slow down the PL, I think the laning phase is going to be super important. If Nisha or whoever is playing that PL, I'm assuming it's going to be Nisha in this one, is able to actually get that farm online, I don't see a way they can deal with the illusions.
Yep. I think paiN's going to win, but if they can't secure a big foothold, they'll have PL problems. And it always sucks to lose a game to PL problems, but you can't 10th pick Mirana. You got to win fast.
Yeah. Laning matchups, laning pressure, HFN Weaver. Come on, give us a game 3 HFN. He can do it.
Yeah, there's a lot on him, that's for sure. Right then, let's head back to our commentators for game number 2. Is this Secret's game, or can paiN take us to game 3? Let's find out.
Well, if they need to win, they need to play fast. And apparently, well, that's paiN's forte, so we're going to see how it goes. Splits, you feeling confident about this for paiN?
I hope it goes to game 3. At the very least, I hope it's more competitive than game number 1 was. I'm sure everybody else agrees. That was 3-26, some 16-minute game. I want to see some fight and paiN.
Yes, and this time around, they're not like based around this slower Alchemist. It looks like their laning phase is going to be a lot better than it was in game 1. I mean, you've just got a lot of heroes that you shouldn't really lose your lanes on, right?
Yeah, I mean, the Weaver's a much stronger laner than anybody else that they picked in the previous game, so.
And it is an HFN Weaver, which we've seen how early he rotates around, how aggressive paiN likes to get with it. What are your thoughts on this Venomancer pickup? It was sort of intriguing. Middle of the draft pickup by Secret.
They picked it pretty early on, too.
Yeah. All our panelists really had to say about it was that it was just like, it's a good hero to have against these blink initiators like the Axe.
Yeah, it's not bad against Necro either. Just being able to slow him, especially during his Ghost Shroud.
Smoke up from paiN, and their Observer Ward may have been spotted. It wasn't placed by the Axe, but we'll still have an idea of what happened anyway. We're going to see paiN go for the invasion here into the Radiant Jungle, trying to secure those critical bounty runes, while the Monkey King, as a courier, makes his way into the Dire Jungle, got to spot King RD. Yeah.
And once again, we're going to see the Yapzor Enigma. I mean, honestly, Yapzor at this point is just the offlaner, right?
Yeah, it really has. Seems like they've got a very soft line between their 3 and 4 position. King RD is going to be able to give away the first set of Jingu stacks for mid-1, so he's going to go into lane very happy with that.
HFN just went from behind, stole the bounty rune, and they're going to get 3 of them this time. And last time Secret got 3 of them, they dominated, so I'm down to see it.
That's where you're going to be.
It all correlates. That's the analysis.
The Enigma is going to be able to pull the lane back. That'll make it a bit easier. What do you think about the fact they're putting the Monkey King into the Weaver lane?
I think it's interesting, but I think it's so that he can at least trade hits with the axe.
I mean, he doesn't have a great option no matter what, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not going to match up well into a Necrophos or Mirana, so.
You don't put him against the Necro.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghost Shot just naturally counters you. So does the Invis, but at least the stacks stay. It's the PL mid against the Mirana. I mean, Mirana should be okay against this being a ranger of a PL.
Bottom lane, they're just going at it. With Zai picking up the early level of Poison Sting and having the Ignite on Ogre, they just tried to attack Tavo and Misery as early as possible. See if they could trade efficiently. I'm not sure if it actually worked for them.
And this time around, they've got better heroes to deal with the Ogre Harass too. With the Necro and the Silencer. You can just send the Necro to tank first in. You skill up the Glaives. It's so hard to trade hits against that, because you have to close the line against 2 range heroes this time.
And if you're getting CS, then the Necro is naturally going to win that longer sustained battle, getting the easy regen.
And so far, so good. I mean, last time, it felt like it was already 3 kills at this point for Secret.
Yeah. Felt like the game was over pretty much by like the 2 or 3 minute marker.
And so anything is an improvement over that so far, as mid continues to go in favor of the PL, who doesn't really mind the harass of the Mirana with the Stout Shield. You can just sit there, tank everything. Her kill potential on you is very limited if you just have 1 level of your escape.
And you've got super high base armor anyway, right?
Yeah.
You can Phantom Rush for CS or harassment, either one.
This top lane.
This seems really hard for mid one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what he's supposed to do here as the courier gets sniped.
Oh, nice pickup.
Looks like Weehaw just leaped. Did he even leap in? Everyone's just giving each other tips.
As soon as the Weaver gets like level 3, right, you have the Swarm available for you.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why mid one, when he does have the Jingu stacks up, he's not trading hits, because it doesn't do that much. This is where, when you play Monkey King, you always think that you're going to lifesteal for more than you do early on, but it doesn't really do as much as you think it does. But the upside too is that Yapster's just been farming during this, and he's been denying creep, so he is limiting the amount of farm that the Weaver is getting, but it's going to be a little bit more patient for Secret this game. They don't have that flat run at you lineup, because they don't have a Tiny anymore on their lineup. You've got an Enigma that's primarily just going to farm the jungle and be a little bit greedier than you'd expect. And this is the kind of 4 core style that Secret have been using all throughout this tournament. And no one's really been able to punish them for it except for VP, who did it with Huskar twice. His bottom lane.
That is going to be your first blood. Puppey picks up the kill on Tavo. So despite the trading being more efficient most of the time for a Necrophos, doesn't work out to their favor here.
Yeah.
Turn around. Zai is trading a lot of damage here. Misery slowed down to a crawl. Still has a healing salve to be able to work off of.
Does see him from around the corner, but not really going to be able to follow up on that kill, as mid is still a domination so far.
I mean, that's got to be really concerning, right? Our panelists said that you need to shut down the Phantom Lancer, and at least when it comes to the laning phase, they're not able to do that.
The good news for them is that the amount of lockdown, aside from hold that thought as Weehaw just gonna try to harass this out.
He definitely knows about that Arcane Rune. It is not going to let that Phantom Lancer pick it up just with that constant harassment.
And if you're Secret, you're going to play this a little bit later and slower, just because the Absol represents most of your harass as mid lane. Weehaw gets real low.
It's the power of that Phantom Rush you're seeing. Mirana doesn't have that guaranteed getaway.
Does have the bottle delivered to him, so the lane should get a little bit easier, but with an Aquila, raindrops, I don't really know what you're supposed to do as the Mirana, as Weehaw just throws down a desperation arrow. It doesn't really have a high likelihood of succeeding, but gotta pop the Starstorm, clear out some of these illusions, get a little bit of harass.
The early raindrop choice by Nisha will protect him from a lot of harassment. Battery into bottom lane. They are going to be able to pick it up onto paiN, and Puppey has already taken so much damage now. They don't have the movement speed to keep up with him unless Misery can somehow do it, but Zai makes sure to slow him down a little bit. Puppey even daring to turn around, draw an Ignite for some more harassment. Tavo, well, he may have gotten that range creep deny, and that's big. Zai's gonna get a lot of damage back onto him.
Yeah, and even gonna hit the Gale.
It's the Gale. Tavo has stick charges, though, has yet to go for a level of Ghost Shroud, seeing as it's just not that effective. But once he does get a level 4, maybe he'll pop that and the stick for that extra bit of efficiency. There's also the Shrine available for them.
The Bounty Rune is still there. Might even just hold it for Weehaw. So nobody's really checked it quite yet. Is the Ogre gonna make his way down? And indeed, they are gonna let the Mirana have it.
So what is it about this greedy style from Secret that just isn't going punished? It feels like almost all of our games are pushing into like that 35-minute category, bare minimum, if not 45, 55 minutes. Feels like the game just pushes later than it used to.
I think it's mainly because they're willing to sacrifice somebody's farm on their team, one of their cores. They pick up an active hero, like the Veno or the Monkey King, so that they can fight later on, so that Yapzor can also be a hero in the game.
Another Gale. Tavo's getting a little bit low here, but again, those stick charges plus the Ghost Shroud is a lot of healing, but Zai still gonna be able to get some more. They're gonna axe TP in. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Weehaw almost going down to Nisha, back over the bottom. Tavo did drop low, but they didn't want to try and dive against King RD. Zai now runs into misery here, managed to get another Gale. But again, the 3-hero presence, it's too much for Secret, so they're gonna back up, just reset onto the Shrine.
And it really helps that they keep picking these heroes like Ogre, which is what Vici was doing. They just kept banning it out. They didn't want to see VP played at all. It allows you to play this really greedy style because you've got a hero that doesn't really need a lot of farm to do a whole lot.
The big downside, it seems like the Enigma was effective enough against this Axe Weaver. The Axe no longer has a lane to go to now that the Monkey King has got those levels.
And the Monkey King's doing fine in CS. He has caught up despite being dual lane for a large portion of this game. And it continues the mid domination too, where Nisha wants to play these agi heroes that play a little bit greedy, as the smoked up support is going to get caught out by the Ogre. And so this rotation that he was making likely towards mid isn't really going to pay off for him, as Weehaw just further wastes a little bit more time. And he's so far behind in CS this PL.
Common thread to last game feels like there's not a whole lot of rotation options here for paiN. Their heroes are a little bit better for it, but it is kind of hard to gank into these Ogre Venomancer type lanes. Tavo already down to half health, does manage to get some damage onto Zai. King RD's gonna come in with a Battle Hunger, gonna try and pull those creeps onto Zai as well. Does manage to get the call with the last word on top of Zai. It's gonna be a close call. They just need another spin from King RD, or another thwack of the axe to be able to bring him down. Now the Ogre barely managed to get away from misery. King RD helps to be able to clear through those Eidolons, so they trade core for core here.
Yeah, easy 1-for-1 trade. As the arrow flies towards bottom. They know he's down there. They want to try to do something about this. It's Weehaw. He's investing a lot just to try to get this done, but they don't have a catapult here, so they've got to get kills as the call.
Does manage to get Zai, but he has a Gale. That's why King RD's gonna go for the TP out. The Malphus isn't there either.
The arrow hits.
Very smart read with the arrow now landing on a Zai. This could be a big opportunity. Misery's gonna commit for the kill. It'll cost him his life, but well worth it. Being able to bring down the core of the Venomancer.
And this is so much time utilized by Weehaw. He had to get something out of it, because this PL is gonna be a very real threat, as Tavo took over this mid lane. Didn't entirely give up free farm, but still not the best sign, as they are gonna make their move onto Weehaw. He does have a leap charge available, doesn't want to use it quite yet. Knows that he's not really in too much danger, does have 2 bottle charges too.
Raindrop, Fairy Fire, he's got a lot of small little items to fall back on if necessary. I'm a bit concerned. I mean, the Venomancer, he's not got great CS 17-2, but what about this Monkey King? I would have expected paiN to put a higher priority in him rather than these other cores.
I would like to see them to smoke and try to get him outside of that area.
Yeah.
You have to further secure this Weaver's farm. We have seen what Archangel or HFN can do when he does get free farm. And they won both their games versus forward with him playing that hero. Maybe even rotate the Weaver down towards bottom, because he shouldn't really care about the Venomancer's presence.
We are not able to get that 10-minute bounty rune, already controlled up by Secret, but the aggression on the other side of the map looks like they do try and challenge mid one's Monkey King. Archangel comes in from the side, trying to get the Swarm Bugs onto mid one. Now they're going to try and deal with those bugs. Nice black hole. They're going to be able to catch him, and he doesn't have a way to be able to get out of this one.
Very well done by YapzOr. No hesitation whatsoever. If he waited maybe half a second, you get the invis off, you don't have the damage, he can get away. Instead, a very nice kill. This is why you give YapzOr the amount of farm that you do. You think he's gonna pay it off for you.
mid1 still managed to find Misery here. Chased him down eventually with the tree dance. Arrow lands on a puppy. He was trying to do some pull shenanigans. Weeha's gonna punish him for that one. And King RD is the one to pick up that hero bounty, which is important because you need to be able to transition this axe into that blink dagger and that blade mail.
He's gonna need some farm at some point. And that's where I think Archangel will eventually rotate towards this bottom lane. You give it to the axe potentially, start pressuring the tower of the Venomancer, get him out of there. And that's what they've done with Weeha being down here. But getting the tower is a different story, as the Veno does have 2 levels in the Plague Wards.
It does feel like the Veno has been very successful in that regard,
yeah.
right? Just protecting a safe lane tower, preventing it from going down.
I mean, that's what makes it hard, is they're gonna make the move on to King RD. This should be a free kill.
And gets the Jingu stacks as well, so mid1 makes sure to keep his HP up at full. Weeha daring to get some damage onto this tier 1 bottom lane, but he may be caught. Gets the Moonlight Shadow off. Looks like they don't have the detection to be able to find him. Meanwhile, the TP away from YapzOr is able to get out. Good time lapse from HFN, heals most of his limiting health pool. But Tavo, he is struggling versus this Phantom Lancer, who has a pretty large level lead over. So I guess it's not that surprising. Weeha tries to land the arrow onto mid1, but he already jumped down from the tree. He's gonna leap away and will be good for now.
As King RD does TP. But the rotations on the side of paiN just seem... I mean, it feels like they're trying to play this reactionary style, whereas Secret's actually going out there and getting stuff done. Like the rotation of the Monkey King towards that bottom lane. mid1 went from lane to lane just to make that happen.
I mean, HFN's got second in net worth, but he really hasn't moved out of his lane. Why do you think that is? Is there like a special, is there a core item he needs before he leaves this lane?
I think he's thinking to himself, I'm getting free farm up here. Why would I really try to endanger that?
Yeah.
It's not like they're losing by a wide margin. It's only 1,000 gold. They're losing in kills, but their 3 cores aren't that hampered.
And he's probably going to be building into, do you think he's going to go the Maelstrom build? Because they are trying to deal with the Phantom Lancer, who has already blown the Doppelganger. He's going to get called up by King RD with the Reaper's Scythe. They'll bring him down for the extra bit of time. That is 60 seconds on the clock for him, but mid1 managed to get off of Wukong's command. Now, he still have the Ghost Shroud. They need to try and keep this Necro in this AoE as much as possible, but they can't quite get it. In fact, Monkey King is dropping low, tries to go for the kill out of Misery, looking for anybody to be able to get lifesteal off of somehow. The bug is still on him, managed to finish this off. And HFN did not want to go for the kill, but maybe with a wraparound here.
That was a global expended. He's going to heal to full, try to protect his tower, is going to be successful. As King RD going to see that immediately just back out. The prospects of getting the kill on the Monkey King have completely ended.
Still, that was a fantastic kill on the Phantom Lancer, being able to get the Reaper Scythe in there as well. Good deny by HFN, so it's not even like they gave up a big tower bounty in exchange for that team fight.
YapzOr looks like he wants to set up for the black hole from over the corner.
Oh, missed the Malefice. If they had actually landed it on HFN.
Yeah, Dust too. The tip immediately flies out. HFN saying good job on that missed kill. As
whoa, where's mid1 going? He just dives right in here, runs into the axe. Will be able to get the Jingu stacks and lays the staff on him, but King RD trying to juke his way through the trees as best as possible. Now mid1, yes, you get the kill. Can he actually get out? Well, certainly Puppy's not going to. Landed by an arrow from Weeha. So a support for a support.
Weeha, nice arrow as he's going to land into the waiting arms of Misery.
They have to know about this ward now. The fact that mid1 is just playing so aggressive in this area, he's playing completely fearless. They have to know he has vision.
Yeah, they're just getting kill after kill, and this is going to open up space for their PL to further just get more and more on the map. Continues to free farm between the Ancients and mid tower.
Now, we've seen this from mid1 before, how he plays so active on his Monkey King. He is not going to go for the Hand of Midas. He's going to be going for that faster Echo Saber. I'm guessing that's because he knows he could just rely on the Phantom Lancer to carry this game, right?
Yeah, and more importantly, that you're going to run into the axe here as mid1, again, getting aggressive on the map, will find a kill for his team.
everywhere King RD goes, he runs into a Monkey King.
I mean, for most teams, it's the support creates space for the carry, but on Team Secret, it's everyone creates space for YapzOr.
At Nisha. So your two big late game threats, and they are having one hell of a time right now with the mech coming in very soon for YapzOr. Look at Pup. In super deep. paiN struggling to be able to take any tower so far. You could see Tavo. He's trying to get away with the Ghost Shroud, but the Black Hole instantly canceled by that Global Silence. Now Tavo still does not have the Ghost Shroud, so he needs to be protected here by Weehaw. Tavo, oh! Mid one from long range. Managed to bring him down with that Boundless Strike.
And I think they're okay with that trade. Using the Global for the Black Hole is they're gonna run into Weehaw here, who looks like he knew about that sentry.
Yeah.
He's gonna go south instead. Is getting trailed by the Monkey King, but no follow-up damage. Being able to use that support ult for the support ult, grabbing that kill, and they take the bottom tower. They're just gonna get more and more in this game as it goes on.
And look at Secret, they're trying to protect every single one of these towers. They're gonna jump in onto the Marauder with the double slows on. Weehaw, he's not gonna be able to get away so easily. The leap finally comes back up with a heal coming in from the Necropos as well. Reaper's side onto him, almost finished him off, but it's not quite enough. The Monkey King finally takes out. Now Tavo will be able to get some of that regen, but it is gonna be our Venomancer called up by King RD. Misery knows he's dead, so he's gonna just try and lay some more damage in, but Tavo, he's gonna be caught as well. The Phantom Launcher tries to come in for that kill, now trying to get away.
One
Tavo,
hit.
he needs a swing somewhere from King RD, but he doesn't get in time. A Battle Hunger, but mid one, he may still be able to get away. HFN hunts him down finally, and he sees Zai low as well. The raindrop's gonna be able to protect against a little bit of magic damage. That's why HFN can't fully commit, but maybe with the help of Weehaw, they can bring down the tanky Puppy. A mech managed to keep him alive a little bit longer. HFN tries to finish up that kill, but can't quite get it, and Weehaw, taking lots of poison damage from Zai, is also going to have to retreat. paiN living life on the edge there. Secret tried it too, but it didn't look as good as that Phantom Lancer going down is a huge loss for Team Secret.
Yeah, Secret, their lineup though is quite tanky. They've got the Hood, a Yule's coming out onto this Veno. That's gonna be the counter to the Axe. When you do Blink In and Blade Mail, nothing really happens when you get Yule's up in the air. The control factor is still there, but you're just held in place and not dealing damage to yourself. The Guardian Greaves already completed by the Enigma. That's what was able to turn the fight. It turns these two support heroes into tanks. The Ogre's already hard to kill as is. You saw HFN just get in the middle of everything, wasn't able to bring down anyone, even with the Diffusal Blade. That usually means that supports just die.
And you saw how HFN, he was so close to being able to finish off some of these heroes. It was just that extra bit of damage, so even the Guardian Greaves aura is gonna play a factor here.
Yeah, tier 1 bot tower is being taken.
Finally,
gonna get the last hit.
paiN do manage to take their first tier 1. If they can convincingly win a fight anywhere, then the rest of the tier 1s are gonna fall pretty quick too.
And now it's a race to see who takes each other's tier 1 mid. And that's why YapzOr is just suiciding these Eidolons into this. They want to try to free up some space. They don't even care if it gets denied. It's just about getting that tower down, as it is gonna get denied.
Look at top lane, Puppy, gonna go for the deny. And HFN, he's gonna try and sneak it in, he does get it. That was a beautiful play by HFN, read that perfectly.
Very well done as Secret. They're gonna protect this mid tower, try to keep it alive as the arrow comes in over the top, but with Guardian Greaves up, absolutely no way that Weehaw commits for that, and a Yule Scepter. They should know about his presence there, so they're gonna make their way down. He's gonna hide in the tree line, smoked up the rest of the team, King RD. Will they get popped on the high ground? Puppy, he sees it.
That is perfect. He runs right into the smoke. And he's still trying to challenge paiN. He says, you guys want to fight? Absolutely. Well, let's take the fight to me, shall we? Misery, he's going to be the one who's caught here by Puppy. Trying to give away the kill to mid one, and they do.
So smoke attempt. It looked like it was going to be okay, but at the very last second, getting spotted. So unlucky as they catch the Axe here.
King RD trying to get out, the arrow. Gonna completely whiff. YapzOr's gonna slow down King RD to make sure he's not getting away from Zai. Now they actually get the stun on Tavo as well. I can't believe they got close enough for this. Now the Black Hole's gonna be there. Without that Global Silence, they have free lockdown of these cores. Jump away from Weehaw, does not get hit by the Gale. He's gonna be good there, while HFN chased away by Nisha.
Gonna pop the ulti and just make his way out. As Secret continue to increase their gold lead, 15-7 the score. Weehaw landing a lot of good arrows, but the team fight and the pressure from Secret is just there. Their team is so tanky now. You can just lay down a lot of stuff. They've got Venom Wards, they've got Eidolons. You've got a Guardian Greaves to cut through. The Ogre is tanky. It sustains their push for so long.
paiN has got to feel like they're suffocating right now. We know they need to play fast, but they're not able to find kills. They're not able to kill towers, and Misery's just going to take out here. Now, the Monkey King managed to get off of Wukong's command. They need to blow him up immediately, and that's where the Culling Blade comes in. King RD looks for the next one. Zai with a TP out, well-timed, as King RD did not have the call available.
That was the global silence popped. The rest of the team wasn't quite there as paiN took advantage of the fact that Misery was sacrificing himself on the left side. One of those unintentional good fortunes for them.
I mean, you can say this about paiN. They're really good at denying towers.
Yes.
It just keeps on happening. They just denied that bottom tier 2, but they're still losing map control, right? They're still losing these objectives.
Still 3 denied towers. Not so bad for your team.
But just imagine if Secret had that extra bounty, man. They'd be like,
we're going to see this again as Misery. He gets gone on, and the rest of the team start to make their way towards the right side. They completely ignore Weehaw, trying to protect their Monkey King. But with the global silence pop, nobody can really do anything for him.
You see the Weaver is able to lay a lot of burst damage into these heroes with the Diffuser Blade pickup and even the Maelstrom procs coming out of the Mirana.
An early Roshan is being attempted right now by Secret. Question is, does paiN know about this? They have to try to defend this.
They see the heroes pushing bottom. They also saw mid lane how low Weehaw got there. They know he's not ready to fight.
This isn't great. Just because you know that they have a pushing style lineup, despite having the late game in the PL and the Monkey King, Secret would not mind just taking all your tier 2 towers early on with this Veno and this Enigma. And that's going to be a free one for them, because they are completely unspotted.
Look at that. They're going to try and defend at the same time. Now, this is a little bit risky, but could pay off big.
As the arrow flies over the top, does not land on anybody. Tavo's still down here. They want to commit for this tower. They know they just gave up Roshan for free. They don't want to walk away from this easily, but the PL TPing in, this should send everyone back as the Yules.
Nice. They managed to get the Yules out, but not the instant stun. They still have vision, though. Thanks to the Fire Blast, HFN's going to have a hard time getting out of here. The time lapse, a Shukuchi away. Now it's going to wear out. They're going to spot him for a limited amount of time. Another Shukuchi's coming up. Barely has the mana for it. Can he stay ahead of Puppey? Looks like he went the right direction for it. He's going to be good for now. Weehaw is also being chased. Looks like everyone from paiN is able to get away, but failing to get that tier 2, which is going to be a deny for Team Secret.
Don't they just go bot? I feel like they have that option right now with the Aegis.
Absolutely.
I mean, they brought everyone down here.
I mean, considering how strong their team fight is, with Yapzor having this Vanguard Greaves and Nisha having an Aegis.
And this mid lane, Monkey King, just going to get a freebie here. Bloodlusted up to...
That makes this impending team fight even more dangerous with the Black Hole. But if they can actually kill the Monkey King, it's going to be close. But the Reaper's Sight does manage to kill him. Now it's going to be Puppey as well. Hit up by the Yule Scepter, but at bottom lane, they have to worry about their tier 3. They just can't give up this objective so early on to the game.
That's a free tier 3 for 2 heroes. They'll be perfectly okay with that.
If Secret can get out from here, it's going to be perfect. They're really happy with this exchange.
They canceled the TP on the Enigma, so they're going to wait for the other 2 heroes to come in, take control of the shrine area, and now the racks are open, so paiN can no longer leave this bottom side. And you see the smiles on the Secret faces. They don't mind this trade at all.
Certainly not. paiN just not expecting these very aggressive maneuvers from Secret, but as you said, Secret have read their strength. They know they can take these kind of split fights and aggressive moves into the paiN base as often as they want while they still have this Aegis.
What paiN should have realized, and everyone in here should realize, is if you TP 5 heroes down bottom to defend a tower, you're no longer able to just split up. That's not an efficient trade whatsoever.
Oh, yeah, no longer has lead charges on the Mirana, but at the same time, the Ogre is going to be caught here. The last word should be enough to take him out. Misery's in pretty deep, though. Zai just sees a squishy support that he can one-on-one beat up, no problem. Make a kill for him. Weehaw, again, no lead charges, so he's going to be chased down by the Phantom Lancer to the ends of the earth. HFN does have the mobility to get out of that fight, but an exchange that is simply not worth it for paiN once again.
Secret, continue to control the map. There are still tier 2 towers available for them to grab, and that's where I imagine they go next. They still have a lot of time on this Aegis to work with, and that's why paiN, what you should do if you're paiN, split up the map, make it difficult for Secret to commit to any one lane. Don't take a fight between that time. I think that's what is really hurting them the most, is they're losing heroes here and there, getting caught out. Misery especially doesn't have mobility. You should just be hanging back, trying to get some D wards off, allow your mobile heroes to do their work.
And it's funny, the timing of this Aegis is just a killer, because they've got this Blink Blade Mail Axe that should be a pretty decent answer to the Phantom Lancer at this point before he's got Heart, but because the Aegis, paiN are not willing to go for that kill.
Yeah, mid lane, I mean, this is a pretty low percentage attempt.
Yeah, they would need some crazy multicast luck to get that one.
He's gonna wait for the Illusion Rune. Picks it up as the Monkey King. You're gonna connect to him, use the Aegis, and imagine as mid one is just trying to make sure that no one wraps around the rest of their team. The top shrine is gonna get taken, and if you're paiN, what is your response? Everyone's here waiting. They're not pressuring the map. And if you're all here, you should be taking a fight. It's Puppey. Maybe they're just waiting for him to walk up.
They're also trying to bring Tavo to this fight, he was at bottom lane, is just now making it to this tier 2 area.
I mean, the worst part about this is that no one's going top on the side of paiN. No one's really pushing in bottom anymore. So you might just give up the tower for free, as Monkey King went back to try to deal with the creep wave momentarily, but with the Aegis still in hand, I'd imagine that Secret want to continue to go for it.
Nisha only has a few more seconds left for that Aegis, but...
And get the next shrine. That's the important one. That makes it so that you don't have to worry about these wraparound attempts.
Yeah. Now when you push in the creep waves, you can sit in front of these tier 3s, not have to worry about any TP rotations behind you.
The Aegis does fade out.
King RD is going to be caught here all by himself. I guess he was just trying to find some farm somewhere or something, but when this axe is gone, there's no way paiN can take a team fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, getting caught out like that early on, not a whole lot of options. And they do have the pipe completed now by Zai. So they just continue to get more and more team fight items. They've got the Greaves, they're getting a Crimson Guard, they've got a pipe. Those are the 3 main ones that you can get for your team, aside from maybe like a Vlad's. Maybe that's the direction that Puppey decides to go for. At some point, just more armor for his team. But they've got so much geared for the mid game. And I'd imagine they're just going to try to end it at some point, really early on within the next 5 minutes.
I don't want to see too much of a paiN pessimist here, William, but oh, Wukong's command not going to go out here. Weehaw blows a couple of those lead charges to get out of here.
The upside for paiN, though, is that they are starting to build towards the mid and late game.
Okay.
Whereas Secret, because they have so much of these team fight items, they don't really have much in the way of catch. You don't have a Blink Dagger on YapzOr. You can always cancel any of his abilities with the Global Silence, of course, which is why he's gone for more of this utility build, so he's not just a black hole and nothing.
Well, I'm glad you could see a little bit of the bright side here, because all I was looking at was that impending Heart. In fact, he already has it on Nisha's Phantom Lancer.
4 minutes faster than the patch average.
That is going to be rough for paiN to deal with. They may not have the AoE damage. It looks like they're just going to have to leave Misery to die here, as the Phantom Lancer illusions are enough to be able to grab. Now the black hole on it too! Wait, again, with the Silencer dead, the black hole is always going to come through from YapzOr. Now top lane. Okay, they do manage to catch the Monkey King. This is a big time kill if Weehaw can actually do it, but mid one, he's getting up those Jingo stacks. He's getting so much life kill, they finish him off barely in time.
But they're going to go for bottom now. They know that 2 heroes are weak, and in fact, Zai has just headed towards mid.
Zai can see the future. He knows the bottom lane of Rax is already theirs. And he's going to try and get some damage onto that tier 3.
It's still a 4-on-5 Secret. You don't have to be too worried about this, as Archangel did pop his buyback. But with the Heart PL, I can't imagine you're way too afraid of anything. So he's just going to start hitting that tower. They've got the Veno.
Could just all out from King RT. There goes the Eul Scepter. So they're going to be able to dodge a lot of that Blade Melt damage. The Midnight Pulse as well. That's going to make King RT's life hell. And sure enough, he's going to fall.
Sentry laid out boldly as the Global Silence does come out.
Time-lapse goes down. They actually thought they had the real Phantom Lancer there, I think.
And they know there's no hole, so no point in saving it anyways, but that's their major teamfight ability. With the set of racks gone and the buyback used, they've got to be careful.
Whoa, Zai just goes in straight for the Mirana. Does a lot of damage. May take out underneath the fountain. The regen cutting it a little bit close, but it looks like the bottle hits will be able to keep Weeha's Mirana alive.
Not even punished for that. He's just going to reset. The Necro is quite farmed, but the amount of sustain that Secret have on their team. And the downside at this point is that even when paiN finds pickoffs like that Monkey King, it actually hurts them.
Yeah.
Because all mid-1 is doing is trying to waste as much time as possible. The last time he got picked off, they got the bottom tier 3 tower. The second time he gets picked off, they get a Rax out of it. Completely uncontested. And paiN, they have to do a better job of their positioning. Misery, he keeps getting caught out by himself. He can't afford to die like that.
King RD, Midnight Pulse right on top of them. They're trying to get away. They just don't have force stats for easy extraction. That's why these illusions are causing such hell for King RD. The real Nisha comes through to be able to bring him down and quickly backs up. The Reaper Sight placed onto him, but they don't have the damage to follow that up. Another big team fight ultimate down with the Wukong's command. Out now for mid-1. They're going to go for Tavos Necrophos, instantly landing the Boundless Strike as he comes up, but does manage to get off the Ghost Shroud. A little bit of heals, so Secret play it safe. They back away from those tier 3. Biding time once again, waiting for a good opportunity.
And they're pressuring this top tower too. The arrow not going to connect. There's just so many things that he has to contend with as the call going to bring back Puppey.
Puppey is just a support. They can't commit too heavily for them, but with the Culling Blade, they do manage to get the kill.
They do manage to nab the tower, but the top tower was getting hit at the same time.
And again, paiN are still kind of stuck inside their base. It's not even like they can just smoke up and go for an aggressive maneuver. They have so little map control. They have one ward outside of the base right now.
And I dare say, if you give up Roshan with the cheese at this point, I can't see a way that you win if you're paiN. So they're going to smoke up, go for this aggressive play. They're playing to win at this point. They know how far behind they are. Maybe getting the Monkey King would be the first step as the bugs are going to fly out.
The Swarm not able
trying to get
connect.
away from it. Barely ends right before it would have touched him. That's a tree on top of the tree. Not conspicuous at all.
He's just gonna hop right back. Maybe cut off one of those creep waves. No. Well, I guess he's just content to sit on a 17,000 gold lead.
And every time he dies, his team gets something out of it.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just waiting for his opportunity to create space so that they can go top.
Must have some Team Secret fans in the building as they're feeling quite good about this mid-1. Finally pops out to cut one of those creep waves. Boundless Strike.
And up
away he goes. TP up to the Shrine. He's going to join the rest of his team around the Roshan pit. So he made a brief appearance at bottom. Trying to force some rotations, and sure enough, look at that. paiN funneled their way to the bottom lane as quick as possible. They're going to miss out on Roshan.
Not much to do about this anyways. Now Secret gonna go for the smoke of their own. And with such a big advantage, paiN, they don't have the buybacks on some of these heroes that they need. The Weaver had previously used it just to defend that tier 3 tower mid. And the assault on top is gonna come in from mid-1. He's gonna cut that wave to make sure that they have another wave to meet if they do manage to grab the mid-racks.
Secret have every advantage they could possibly hope for while going for this high ground push.
They're trying to get them to force the global out. It's Misery. He's got to be careful about his positioning if he gets caught in the black hole.
Tavo already taking so much damage just from purely illusions being run him. They do manage to get the call into real Phantom Lancer here, but it's tough to be able to deal with them. And a beautiful jump in from Sai. He's going to be able to get the Poison Nova on everybody here now. HFN is trying to deal with them. The Eul Scepter goes down. Misery's going to be caught in Malphus. He's already dead. Again, no global silence here, so the black hole is going to be terribly obnoxious for paiN to be able to play around. That's why Weeha's refuses to play the game at all. He's just going for a bottom lane push, but Secret.
He won't do this as fast. They've
all
got
the tier
Glyph up
2s
too.
are gone.
You're trading Mega Creeps or Tier 3 Tower. I think he realizes this at this point. He's got to stand his ground and fight. But no global silence and Yapzor, and he's loading up for it. He's waiting for his opportunity.
Trying to get some damage on the Puppey as best as possible. The Malphus plus the Boundless Strike. That is enough damage to be able to bring down HFN, who does not have buyback. King RD caught as well. They have the vision to be able to chase him. Nisha.
He doesn't even need to pop it.
Tavo, he can't even get a Reaper Scythe onto an Aegis. There is nothing he can do in this game. He is completely impotent. Now he's going to be caught by the Wukong's command, surrounded by monkeys everywhere. paiN give up this game too, and Secret head to the final day here at ESL One Hamburg.
Wow.
In a very clean performance.
Back-to-back 2-0 performances for them on the main stage. Very well done by Secret. They're peaking at the right time in this tournament, and they're going to send home a paiN gaming team who looked very good coming into the series, especially with their series against Team Aster. I feel like that was going to give them a lot of confidence, momentum, but Secret are way too good.
It just looked like Secret was on another level. And, you know, we heard from Nietzsche Gaming, we heard from Mori. He said he wants to see Team Secret in the finals. William, with this kind of performance on stage by Team Secret, you think they have what it takes to take down British Pro and head to those finals?
I mean, their series was quite close. The 2 games they won, they Huskard them last pick. The game they won was a fairly normal pick. Anything can happen. I think the series that they played before in the groups will at least help them out a lot in terms of the draft.
Of course, this is a start to a very long season. Do you have any words to say about paiN Gaming as they head out of this tournament?
I don't think they should feel too bad about the result. They're still a very young team.
Yeah.
Even though the core of them have been together for some time, Misery being a new addition, I think this result isn't the worst thing in the world for them. They survived till at least the second day. They won the matchup against Team Aster that a lot of people wouldn't have picked them in.
All right, well, a bright future ahead of them for paiN Gaming, but for now, they will leave ESL One Hamburg. Team Secret move on to the final day. How far can they go? For that, we turn to the panel.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. Congratulations to Team Secret. They do move on. They will be here again tomorrow on the final day of ESL One Hamburg to face off against Virtus Pro for a chance to play in the grand final against Vici. A top 3 finish guaranteed. However, a top 4 finish confirmed for paiN Gaming, and that's not that bad after all. A good performance through this bracket. And we're back at our panel once more just to break down this match and talk about paiN's efforts throughout this tournament. Kyle, Trent, and Fogged with us. Kyle, we'll start with you. Let's just talk about paiN because it is the end of the road for them, but it's been a good tournament, a good first tournament for them as well.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think they have anything to be ashamed of with their performance here. They ran into a team on the rise. I think paiN cemented themselves as like a solid tier 2 team. They put in some work, developed their hero pool a bit. You can't win lands if you can only play one style. And right now, they're very reliant on their aggression in their early lanes. So I look forward to seeing them develop throughout the year because I think they got a lot of potential.
Yep. Again, Fogged, it has to end somewhere, but sure. I think when they run into a team like Secret, as Kyle said, they are on the rise right now, and they have looked very good throughout this tournament.
Yeah, and we even were talking about on the panel, like right before this game started, we're like, paiN, they're the ones who want to set the pace, they're the ones who want to be bringing the battle to you. Secret, they are perfectly fine with that. They are all about just like, yeah, come at us. We will fight you with force because of the way they play, right? They set up this style where they're going to eventually have these 4 core heroes, it seems like in almost all of their games. Just like 4 of the top 5 net worths, if not, 4 of the top 5 net worths toward that end of the game, and just an incredible display, not only in their map movements and their control of the map, but the control of vision as well. I was looking at this mini-map, and I see like 20 Sentry Wards places controlling absolutely everything, because the best way for paiN to catch back up is using like Moonlight Shadow plays to try to get catches or anything, but Secret just didn't give him any breathing room in this game to get that.
And they also understand how to team fight, specifically how to itemize for it. They in that game, they've got Greaves, Pipe, Crimson, a couple defensive Yules, Force, like Medallion on Puppey, Urn. Like they have literally every item you could possibly buy to keep yourself or your teammates alive. How do you fight into that?
And they bullied Misery, right? Yeah. Misery would be the answer with those globals, and they're just like constantly, mid-one's just jumping through trees. He's like, found him, kill him right away. Then they look for those Enigma plays to get those black holes and get that set up and look for those big team fights. It's really well played.
I'm going to get some more thoughts from you, Trent, in a moment. I want to hear what you think of Secret's performance. But we're going to go over to Kevin, who's at the weather station right now for his breakdown on Secret versus paiN Game 2.
On Team Secret side, I think Mid1 was the person that impressed me the most this game. He started out in a dual off lane and kind of transitioned to just be the team's playmaker, something he's done very often on Monkey King. He's already got 3 kills at this point, 14 minutes in, pretty even game, but uses his allies' aggression and his wards to get pickoffs. In this case, grabbing an axe looked kind of bad for the Ogre here. In fact, he is going to go down. Kind of wanted to kill the Mirana, but didn't quite work out. He disengages, and then on his way out, he ends up spotting another opportunity here with a silencer walking forward. These kinds of quick plays just really show how on his feet he really is and able to grab those kills. And a moment after this, sitting around and waiting for the bounty runes, and he sees another opportunity. He's still got the same 2 Jingu mastery stacks from that previous silencer kill that we just saw. And it didn't really seem like King RD was going to die, but him jumping in that moment and seeing that opportunity opens up these great possibilities. Later on in this room as well, Enigma goes for a black hole on the mid lane with Necrophos, looking like a really good trade here. Support ulti, but they use Global Silence, which counteracts it and makes it look like the team's all over, or the fight's all over. But again, Mid1 roams in and secures a kill that probably shouldn't have happened. He did this consistently. He's 5-0-2 right now at the 16-minute mark. And then eventually, that space creation does build you a bit of a lead. Secret's up 7k here, and it ended up closing out with another great black hole from Yapzor. This one was a little bit of a poke, try to drain the mana of the silencer, try to maybe prevent him from using global silence. He doesn't feel like it's worth it, and then I don't think he expected both of his cores to get caught by the black hole. This basically ended the game, got 3 huge kills, no global silence. They finished off the bot racks, and it was just the beginning of the end.
Next match. Always great. Let's get some more thoughts from our panel. We're also going to pick up on both of the 2 teams' players very shortly with some interviews. Trent, I just want to get your quick thoughts on how well Secret played in this series.
Well, we were looking at the start of that game, and it looked a little rough, right? Nisha loses career right away. So I'm like, oh, geez, okay, so not going to get anything coming up to him in this lane. You know they're going to put pressure on him with how he's been performing, but I love this new Secret. I love seeing Mid1 rotating early. I feel like I say that every time before their games, and then after them too, because he's like so dynamic. Something like a Monkey King, something like a Bloodseeker. He's finding these plays across the map, and you're seeing all these clips from Purge. You know, thanks Purge. But where's Monkey King? Okay, he's over here. Let me see, where's my Phantom Lancer? Oh yeah, the exact opposite side of the map, because there's just so much room for Nisha.
Yeah. All right, let's bring in Yapzor now, who's waiting backstage, I believe. Yapzor, congratulations, well done. Secret through to the lower bracket final, almost there, almost at the end. How easy or hard was that series for you?
I mean, I can't say it was hard, but we did prepare a lot for them.
Yep.
And we did play them earlier in the groups as well. So we had an idea already of what they like to do and what's their best stuff. So we also had more time to prepare because they had a match earlier today. So,
right. Did it play out the way you thought it would?
Game 1 definitely.
Yeah.
Obviously. But game 2, I think we all felt like we will eventually win that game. It's just like I think the lineups just are a bit slow in the game, so that's why it felt like it could go either way, but we kind of felt like we had it.
Okay, a couple of quick questions from our panel. Fog?
How happy are you, Gap, that you can play Enigma again?
Oh, I mean, that's great. I mean, Enigma is quite the king right now, so it's pretty cool to just be able to throw it on any role, almost. Also, it has a lot to do with the fact that almost every support in Dota is complete garbage right now. So people are just picking anything and putting it as support.
Picking anything for support, that seems to be the motto for Team Secret at the moment. So, you know, Brewmaster, Legion Commander, piece of cake. My question, I guess, would be about Nisha, right? Before coming into the team, did you know a lot about him? Did you have some opinions? Like, were you part of like what brought him over to the squad?
Actually, we had no clue. Anything, like, we had no idea about the player, about the person at all. We just knew he had some impressive plays here and there, like with his ex-team Kingwin. And we were missing a spot for like the carry role, and we had some talks with him, and he agreed, like even taking time to agree. And it's working out really great. Not that we know anything of him now either. He's a complete ghost.
The ghost.
Brilliant. Carl, quick question?
I was just wondering, you've been on Secret for a long time through a bunch of different iterations. Looks to me like you're not just comfortable, you guys are having a lot more fun than the past. Would you say this is the best it's ever been as far as the bromance?
I mean, I don't know if it's the best, but it is the most natural. I feel like everybody has like their best role naturally, and we didn't have to force anything. It's like we have everybody doing exactly what they want to do before we even created our own play style or anything like that. So that's why it just feels really good.
Cool. Good stuff. We're going to let you go, Yamsel, because I know that you've got to get some rest and maybe a long day tomorrow. It could be 8 games tomorrow.
I hope so.
We hope so for your sake as well. Well done today. Congrats. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yamsel from Team Secret. They're
Thank you.
safely through. They seem quite chilled out right now, don't they? I mean, I think Kyle's question was great in the sense of, you know, what's it like? Is it pretty natural? I think that's a good start to the team.
I don't think I've ever seen Yapsor not chilled out, I'll be honest here.
Yeah. I think they just have such a great support staff for that team too, right? I mean, you got Cyborg Matt going around. That guy he does everything for that team and for more beyond the team, honestly. You can pretty much ask him for anything. They have their data analysis as well from Elvin too, and then they have soon-to-be coaching. So just like everything's just here at the LAN with them. I think they've kind of got all their cards in their hand.
And even though Secret's results were, I don't want to say disappointing, they were 5th, 6th at this last TI, but they're one of the few teams to maintain their coach, right?
Yep.
You saw Liquid's coach, VP's coach, they all departed. The Chinese teams completely reshuffled. So they're one of the only teams that sort of stuck to the formula, right? It's Puppy, it's Yapsor, Matt, Sunby, and I think they finally found the pieces to put together something great, because I agree, like, you can see what Yapsor is saying when you watch them play. It is completely natural, and everybody just seems to do what they excel in every draft.
Yeah, in many ways, getting Zai back as well for the team is not like having a new player, is it? It's like having an old friend back, and then it's actually there's only one new player, and it's Nisha, and they can kind of play around him a little bit more. So maybe that's playing into their hands as well. Yeah. Okay. Final words on paiN. As we said, good tournament, solid finish. Top 4 has probably exceeded expectations for many people, I would guess. They said themselves they come here to win, obviously, and every team does. But 4th was realistically a good shot, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they definitely they showcased a lot of heroes that they can just be stars on. In particular, Tavo, his Enigma, his Brewmaster. King RD had some very like top tier moments as well. And Misery's drafting overall has been a pleasure to watch, because sure, they had some games where they did look a little bit like they just got smashed, but other games where they also had that smash on the other team.
Yeah.
So it's great.
Highlights for them?
Just maybe more practice, get a new patch, get some new heroes that they can play on all these players, because they're extremely versatile. A lot of these guys have been playing for over a decade. I mean, King RD, Tavo, like a lot of these guys, back to Dota 1, we've all been playing with them in pubs, so.
Yeah. All right, okay. We've got one more thing to do before we say goodnight, and that's a very important thing, actually. We want to hear some words from the team that have departed. So you've heard what these guys think of paiN Gaming. Let's find out from some action slacks from the people themselves.
Hey everybody, I am here with the man himself, Weehaw. Weehaw, an incredible performance that we saw at this tournament, but unfortunately, the crowd out there.
The crowd is amazing, yeah.
Yeah, you could hear them. But I had a few questions for you before you parted ways with us. What did you gain from this tournament? What did you guys learn? Because you went through an incredible performance. You guys really took out a lot of big teams. What did you take away?
Well, we came here to improve. We achieved our goal. I think it was about top 6.
Yeah.
And I mean, we did it. I'm happy about that. And I like the fact that we kept improving after every game, every loss. We didn't just be sad and stop playing the game. We just kept improving, and that was our main goal. And that's how we want to go into the major. This tournament, it was it's amazing. The crowd is amazing. Everything, the ESL's treating us literally like gods. It's so nice. And yeah, I hope we keep improving. That's it.
Oh, that's fantastic, man. Yeah, I saw you guys seem to be in very high spirits, still learning, still getting better. So what's next for you guys? What's on the docket to look forward to?
Well, after party for one, and then we're gonna go to boot camp and then Kuala Lumpur major.
Oh, okay, great. All right, well, we're gonna see an even better paiN over there, am I right?
I hope so, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, before you guys head out, would you like any words for the fans, the guys in the stadium? Any final thoughts?
Well, thanks for cheering us, and I'm sorry to the guys holding the sign with Misery, but I think it's taken, so yeah.
Okay, a warning out there for our fans in the audience, but there you go, ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for our boy Weehaw and the guys at paiN. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you back on the panel.
Thank you very much, yes. Good PSA there from Weehaw as well. We're going to check in with our Play Faster moment by Vodafone as well. Which one will it be today? We're going to check it out right now and tell you. Here we go. It's the paparazzi with the escape from earlier on. You saw this in the game against Virtus Pro.
Yep.
Oh, look at how low he gets.
It's so low.
And Solo just keeps saying, like, okay, well, they're going to get him. I remember that's what we were saying.
Like 20 health or something, I think it was down to originally?
Yep, clutch cold embrace. They end up bringing everybody in, and then VP just, they get surrounded and actually get baited into losing 3 heroes because of this play. Yep. Pretty beautiful. I knew it was going to be Vici for one of those play fasters. I was like, is it going to be the Laguna or is it going to be the PL
I mean, the
play?
Laguna was pretty good.
That was the two that I was thinking.
I think that was like Vision or something that he got from that as well, but that was certainly a very quick play. Indeed. Right, let's show you the brackets. The upper bracket looks like this now. We've completed the upper bracket today with the upper bracket final, of course. Vici Gaming coming through that one in a 2-1 victory over Virtus Pro, which leaves Vici Gaming in the grand final. Virtus Pro will drop down to the lower bracket, which looks like this. We've had 3 games, of course, today, 2 of which have been down in this lower bracket. Earlier today, Team Asta, they went down to paiN Gaming 2-1, who advanced through, but unfortunately came up against the juggernauts in the form of Team Secret. That leaves just 3 teams remaining, Vici in the grand final, and Virtus Pro and Team Secret to play off against each other. First thing tomorrow. So that's good. I'm looking forward to that. Virtus Pro, Team Secret, always a good game.
Yeah, can't wait. I mean, what more can you ask for? I think everyone agreed they're the 2 top teams here, it looks like. Oh, sorry, I guess like VG is on top, and then the next 2, VP Secret. So
I don't agree.
You don't think so? So I mean the top 3 teams, and then
VP looks like a touch better individually, but I think Secret meshes a lot better. Their teamwork's better, and I just think they're strategically ahead at the moment. I expect a Secret versus VG final, and I think that that's going to go to like 4 or 5 games, and it's going to be some beautiful Dota. Probably the best we've seen all season, because these 2 teams, like, it's so nice to see like the understanding of the patch get to a point where now it's about like beyond that. Now it's how do we match up against this team, and it's a real chess match. It's like, it feels like TI again, you know what I mean? And this final is going to be hype.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Final words, Trent.
I mean, one more to look forward to. I feel like the bracket's kind of gone the way they'd expect. Maybe the paiN upset was there, but then they end up falling anyway. So these are your top contenders. Top contenders for the Mercedes as well, of course. Don't forget to get your votes in. I got your job for you, don't worry.
Good. Do you want to stand here?
No problem. No, I'm good,
Finish
actually.
up?
Can't handle the pressure.
Final thoughts?
I am hopeful for a very good series between VP and Secret tomorrow, where Secret does not get Huskard last pick.
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll find out. Thanks very much, gents. And thank you to everyone that came down here to the Barclaycard today. I hope you've enjoyed the coverage that we provided. It's been another long day. Fantastic Dota again. And we'll see you tomorrow for the lower bracket final and the grand final. We'll leave you tonight with moments that deliver from DHL. We'll see you tomorrow.
They kill him off in time. He's home down to half outside. T-Stone's possibly getting turned off by the feeding the cold down. The stun for the primal play. Can they stop with the card? He gets the Thunder up onto the illusion. Back up to a healthy amount of health. Silas fine. For Aztec, Jeff Bennett that's front and centre. This Cataclysm comes down. Silas BKB has one on. They get a primal spin done. The Supernova as well. That's going to be one death. They killed the Terror. Misery can't hold the base. The ancient will fall. Asta take game 1. There's nothing that Asta can do to slow this down at the moment, as 2 sets of racks have been claimed. The Decrepit by the burst. They got him. He's straight up dead. He's gone. No buyback. GG is called.
Somewhere by the emerald sea, where the moon and water meet, somewhere close to harmony, when the world is sound asleep. Something's gonna bring the change, journeys we are meant to take, something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. I mean, he's going to die for it, surely. And Solo's there, Battle Hunger as well. From Pat, the cold embrace. Pasha's still full health. He wants to go in and finish off this kill. If he gets the rapier, goes for the flap over mid lane. They've got the catch onto the 2 of them. They've lost a 9, they've lost the Centaur. Pasha does not have buyback, and they're not even done. Vici game. They'll move over to Roger. Roger's dead. The stun's there on to Ramses. Is in the Gyrophone.
can't get